Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Let's learn how to draw this modern art. We actually require various materials for this. All you need to have is pencils and ink pens. That is PITT Artist pen. So what I'm doing here is I have put a square around. This acts as a mark, and within this we are going to sketch. You can use scale to draw this. So let's move to the first drawing step, that is drawing the basic outline of the sketch. As you can see, the rough diagram is given in the instruction column. So we are breaking down this sketch into a simpler version in which we'll be having only circles, rectangles. You need not be an artist to draw a circle or a rectangle or a square or any sort of simple line structures. So every art, how much ever complex it is, can be made simple the way I have done it here. So all you need to do is either refer the reference image and then by yourself, if you find any other better method of breaking it down, you can break it down into basic figures. So this is very basic step because you need to get the basic right. In the sense, the background, as you can see in front, the line should be proper. The columns which you can see, those are meant to be in a straight line. So you have to get the basics right. Take your own time. Erase how much ever you want. Don't hesitate to use eraser. So I'm trying to draw this thing in a way it's easy for you. I made it possible the video which you can see here. As a beginner, you need to focus on this step number 1, 2, 3 and 4. I've broken down the sketch into various steps so that it will be helpful for you. Now let's work on the columns. As you can see, I'm doing it using freehand. I'm not using any scale. I like it that way. But as a beginner, I would suggest you to use scales. And for this, I'm using sort of scale. It's not a scale, it's a bookmark. So what I'm trying to do here is I put a horizon. As you can see the horizon, that's the point where the columns terminate at the end of the horizon. So I'm trying to get this part right. Simple, it's basic, rectangles and parallel lines. The reference image shows us that there are 3 pillars. Yes, it's coming proper. 3 pillar will be a car here. Now let's see what we can do more on this. I'll let you know further details of how to draw car easily. I guess the horizon was too low. We need to expand this frame. I just increase the frame by 2 centimeters upwards. Just as you can see, I saw the car. It wasn't spacious enough for the car, so I had to increase the space. I'll be doing the same thing again, drawing a basic car thing to just see if it fits in. See, as you can see in the reference image, the horizon is a bit above the car, but it's not the same, so we have to again erase the horizon and do it bit up. I'll explain you how to draw a car in the next step. This is very important step because drawing other details is one of the basic thing wherein you are trying to move on from the basic version of the art to a sophisticated version that is a bit more complex version. I think I need to draw. See, I just corrected it. Now this is how you draw a car. It's simple. All you need to do is draw a parallelogram, trapezium, and then just work on the fine details. What I'm trying to do here is gesture drawing. This is a form of sketching where you use continuous movement and connected lines to draw your subject or object. In my case, there is a car. I'm trying to get it somewhat similar to that in the reference image. Before doing this car, you can practice some hand movements before you start sketching, because you need a free hand. The wrist joint must be flexible enough. For example, you can draw circles or horizontal lines for 5 to 10 minutes. Warm up your hand. Now let's focus on finer details. There's one pillar on the right side. Again, I'm doing it with my free hand. You have to use the scale as a beginner. So if you find this step difficult, imagine that there is a sun there and the rays are emerging out. I'm using 0.5 mm mechanical pencil. You can use either H or B pencil. Sharpen your pencil while doing this step wherein you are drawing the inner details of the car. And I'm drawing the wiper. It's just like 2 parallel circumference of a circle. Now let's draw the mirror. It's just rectangle with bent or curved edges. There are no vertices for this rectangle. Once you get the basic step right, use darker 4B pencil for the next stage. But since we are focusing as a bit art sketching, we'll be using the ink pen, the ink drawing which we are trying to do here. We need not focus on the shading part. We have to erase it anyway. Yeah, we are set for the next step. Step number 4. We'll start using the PITT pen. Even here I'm doing it using my hand without help of scale. I highly recommend you to use scale. And the pen which I'm using is 0.5 mm pen. The line size is 0.5 mm. It's also called by the name F. All I'm doing is retracing the outline of the pencil sketch using the pen. Don't worry too much, just draw the lines above your sketch. Use scale if you are a beginner. Don't try to draw freehand. It's coming really great. It's looking amazing. Now I'm still using the F or 0.5 mm line size PITT pen. This is very comfortable to use, and we'll try to do the same with the remaining parts of the card. Now let's erase a bit, not a bit, completely of whichever part you finished using the PITT pen. Now next step, filling the shadows using the marker. I am suggesting you suggesting you guys to use the marker because it's a bit easy for the beginners. That's all. I'm using type B pen, as you can see here. I feel the marker is better than the PITT pen. And make sure while doing the edges you use lighter line size or smaller line size pen. The nib size determines which part you are trying to do, the effect which you are trying to get. So I guess the roof has come really good. Now we'll start shading. I'm using 0.3 mm PITT art pen. The line size is 0.3 mm. And I'm trying to fill in this place inside the car. As you can see, I have drawn 3 rectangles within this big rectangle. That's how simple it is when you break the art. And again, I'm filling the blank spaces. At this point, I haven't used the eraser. If you want, you can use the eraser, erase it, and then start filling the blank spaces with the black color. Again, I'm using F or no S.3 mm nib size pencil or nib size PITT art pen. If you're not good at drawing circles, you can use compass or take some objective support. That is, you can use some object when you're trying to do this step. Let's work on the finer details. That is step number 5. No, sorry, step number 6. So we are trying to get the fine details of the car. Even here I'm directly drawing on the pencil. You can erase it first. You can trace the outline using the PITT pen, then erase it and then fill the blank spaces. Because if you get it wrong and you have to erase it, paper gets spoiled. So now let's fill the color, the blank space within the car. Leave the number plate as white. Don't try to add tiny bit of details because the car is standing at a distance. If you are finding it difficult to get all 3 cars look alike, it's not possible as a beginner. If you are free, if you try to work again and again on the same basic, that is the car basic image, you might get it right. But if you don't get it right, don't panic, because the focus is on the letter and the hand and the face on the mirror, not on the 3 cars which are standing right in front. And don't be bothered too much if you are not getting it right. Mistakes are possible as a beginner. All I am trying to do here is trace the outline properly first. I'm using 0.3 mm size pen because the finer details, if you try to use 0.5 mm or 0.7 mm pen, it's definite that you're gonna mess it up. I did this step wherein I erased it with the help of impression. I'm trying to do using the PITT pen. I just erased the pencil marks completely, as you saw there, and then I'm trying to fill in the blank spaces within the car. So this part is fun, wherein filling the blank spaces. Make sure there should be a gap left for the letter, and if you are in that josh and finish it off, then you can't draw the letter. Now let's focus on tiny details in the car. As you can see, all I'm trying to do here is take down this time into a typical digital form. After you're done with it, erase it and fill the blank space using black PITT art pen. I'm using 0.1 mm excess pen because the detail is too fine and the area for mistake is way too less. Now let's get the letter part done. So I'm working on the remaining details here. I'll start with the hand. Since it's a woman's hand, make sure the fingers are a bit slender. Usually the fingers of males are a bit thick and rough in appearance, but that of female it's a bit slender, and the way the fingertip ends, it's not typical, it's a bit different. So as a beginner, people won't look into your hand to what certain extent does it look like a female. Even if you get it wrong, it's fine. So other final details which we have missed here is the reflection of the person in the rear mirror. So first start with the shades, then try to draw a bit hair strands and add eyebrow and part of the nose, part of the ears. So once you feel you got the basic image right, you can again start using the PITT pen. I didn't feel it wasn't coming proper, so I just happened to erase it. Even if you feel the same thing when using the pencil itself, you have to erase it and get the thing right. Well, it's looking good. I guess we'll begin with the next step, using the PITT pen and retracing the pencil outlines which we have left behind. So we'll start with the hand. Before that, let's get done with the other details, the simple details which are easier: the letter, the wiper, then car, the hand. All I did to make it look like a woman's hand was increasing the length of the fingers, the speedometer, the fuel tank indicator. So let's fill the blank spaces with black color inside the car. I'm again using B-type pen. If you are not comfortable with this, you can switch to marker pen. You need to have a lot of patience when you are doing this step. As you can see, filling colors is very easy looking good. Now let's fill the remaining spaces left. It's looking cool now. So we'll fill the color inside the outside the car. Since we are done with the later part, we can now move and work on the opposite car, start standing there. So fill in the color. Now again I erased. I'm erasing all the thing, all the pencil marks. Now let's finalize the shading part. The further subsequent steps are easy. Getting those three cars done and the inside the car done is way too difficult. Let's shade it, whichever portions we have left behind. The greyish appearing portions, all we need to do is shade using a pencil. You can use 3B pencils since we are trying to do the shadow. Once we have erased it inside the car, please use 3B pencil if you are a beginner. And the pillars followed by and even the roof. This is just to differentiate the roof. So once you have done those details, we'll work on the person in the mirror. It's way too simple. Draw the outline first, then the hairs. I'm doing it the other way around, but you can follow whichever method you like. Now let's shade the goggles. Once we are done with the eyebrows, I'm using the eraser to remove those extra pencil marks. So I have put the outline as you can see. So for fine details, use small size pen. So now that we have done the most of the step, we have to give the finishing touch. So next step would be giving the finishing touch. There is something missing. Yeah, you guessed it right. This tiny bit of heart on the letter. I have directly put the heart. You can draw using a pencil first and then use PITT art pen, or else it will be screwed if you don't get it properly. So find a place and put your signature. I guess I'll put it in somewhere in this corner. And there you go. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.